Today, we are diving into a complex and deeply rooted issue that continues to shape the Middle East: the ongoing crisis between Lebanon and Israel. This topic is not just about politics, it's about people, history, and the quest for peace. On Tuesday evening, approximately 2,800 people in Lebanon were injured when their pager devices exploded, resulting in at least 9 fatalities, including 3 children. The majority of those injured were members of Hezbollah, the Lebanese group that has attributed the attack to Israel. For nearly a year, Hezbollah has been engaged in a series of cross-border clashes with Israel, beginning on October 8 as part of its efforts to counter Israel's war on Gaza, which has claimed over 41,000 lives. Israel has responded in kind, with the intensity of the conflict rising and falling. Hezbollah, one of the region's most experienced and well-armed fighting forces, remains a formidable adversary. To truly grasp the current situation, we must first understand its historical background. The roots of the Lebanon-Israel conflict stretch back decades, intertwined with territorial disputes, political strife, and broader Arab-Israel conflict. The creation of Israel in 1948 led to the displacement of many Palestinians and ignited tensions across the region, impacting Lebanon profoundly. The Lebanese Civil War, which raged from 1975 to 1990, further complicated these dynamics, with various factions taking sides and fueling the conflict. So, the conflict between the two is far from new, stretching back nearly half a century. In June 1982, Israel launched an invasion of Lebanon, officially in response to attacks by the Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO, based in southern Lebanon. By this time, Lebanon's civil war had already been raging for 7 years, aiming to install a sympathetic government. Israel occupied the southern region and advanced as far as West Beirut, where the PLO was headquartered, placing the city under siege. Following a negotiated agreement, the PLO withdrew to Tunisia, yet Israel forces remained in Lebanon, backing local proxies and playing a role in the infamous Sabra and Shatila massacre. Over the course of 2 days, right-wing Lebanese militias with Israeli military coordination slaughtered between 2,000 and 3,500 Palestinian refugees and Lebanese civilians. In response to the invasion, several Lebanese factions emerged, including one from the traditionally white Shia Muslim community. Hezbollah, born out of the efforts of the Muslim leaders and reportedly supported by Iran, emerged with a mission to expel Israeli forces. Drawing support from disillusioned youth and residents of marginalized Shia majority areas such as the Bekaa Valley and Beirut's southern suburbs, Hezbollah rapidly grew into a major force in Lebanon. Between 1982 and 1986, a series of attacks targeted foreign military presences in Lebanon. While various groups claimed responsibility, many were attributed to Hezbollah. On October 23rd, 1983, a devastating bombing of military barracks in Beirut claimed the lives of over 300 French and American peacekeepers. The Islamic Jihad group, widely believed to be a friend of Hezbollah, took credit for the attack. By 1985, Hezbollah had gained significant strength enough to force the Israeli army to retreat to the Litani River in southern Lebanon. Israel then established a security zone along the border, policed by the South Lebanon Army, SLA, a Christian-dominated militia acting as an Israeli proxy force. The SLA maintained control until Israel's eventual withdrawal in 2000. Following the end of Lebanon's civil war in 1992, Hezbollah transitioned into political arena, winning 8 seats in the 128-seat parliament. Over time, its influence expanded, and by today, Hezbollah and its allies hold 62 seats in parliament. Beyond its military and political presence, Hezbollah runs extensive social programs, particularly in Shia-dominated regions, further cementing its power. In July 1993, Israel launched Operation Accountability, known in Lebanon as the 7-Day War. This offensive came in response to Hezbollah's retaliatory strikes on northern Israel after Israeli attacks on a refugee camp and a village in Lebanon. The brief conflict left 118 Lebanese civilians dead, 500 wounded, and thousands of buildings destroyed. On April 11, 1996, Israel initiated a 17-day offensive, Operation Grapes of Wrath, aimed at pushing Hezbollah beyond the Litani River. The operation, known in Lebanon as the April Aggression, resulted in heavy military and civilian casualties. On April 18, Israeli forces shelled a United Nations compound near Qana, where 800 displaced civilians were taking shelter. The attack killed 106 civilians, including 37 children, and injured 116 others, along with 4 UN peacekeepers. In 2006, Hezbollah launched an operation inside Israeli territory, killing 3 Israeli soldiers and capturing 2 others. In response, Israel demanded their release, but eventually recovered the bodies of the 2 soldiers in exchange for 5 Lebanese prisoners in 2008. The July war that followed, lasting 34 days, left approximately 1,200 Lebanese dead and 4,400 wounded, most of them civilians. Israel reported 158 casualties, primarily soldiers. In 2009, Hezbollah released an updated manifesto reaffirming its opposition to Israel and commitment to supporting Iran, while signaling its deeper integration into Lebanon's political system. The manifesto marked a shift from its 1985 open letter, reflecting Hezbollah's growing role in Lebanese government and national unity. In 2012, Hezbollah entered Syria's civil war to support the regime in Damascus, a move that alienated many of its former Arab supporters and was even criticized by one of its founders, Subi al-Tufaili. Nevertheless, Hezbollah's involvement helped prevent the spread of armed groups like ISIL into Lebanon, and it gained valuable battlefield experience in the process. In October 2023, Hezbollah launched a rocket offensive against Israel in solidarity with Gaza, which was under heavy bombardment after a surprise Hamas attack that left 139 Israelis dead and 250 captured. Israel retaliated with strikes, forcing 97,000 Lebanese residents from their homes and killing 566 people, including 133 civilians. Simultaneously, around 60,000 Israelis were evacuated from northern border regions. Tensions escalated further in April 2024 when Israel was accused of bombing Iran's consular building in Damascus. Iran's response 2 weeks later saw Hezbollah backing Tehran, and in late July, the situation worsened with the deaths of 12 Syrian children and young adults in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Both Israel and Hezbollah denied responsibility for the attack. Yet, Israel cited the incident when assassinated Hezbollah commander Fawad Shukr in southern Iraq days later. Shukr's killing, along with that of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, set the region on high alert. On September 17, 2024, thousands of pages belonging to Hezbollah operatives exploded across Lebanon, killing 11 people, including 3 civilians, and injuring around 2,750 others. Hezbollah accused Israel of orchestrating the attack and vowed retaliation. Fast forward to today, one of the key players in this ongoing saga is Hezbollah, a militant group based in Lebanon. Initially formed as a response to the Israeli invasion of Lebanon in 1982, Hezbollah has evolved into a significant political force. Its actions and rhetoric have heightened tensions after resulting in violent confrontations with Israel. The group's influence in Lebanese politics and its armed presence along the southern border contribute to volatile situation that can escalate at any moment. Recent developments have once again brought Lebanon and Israel into the international spotlight. Increased military skirmishes, rocket fire, and retaliatory strikes have created a sense of urgency and fear among civilians on both sides. The humanitarian situation in Lebanon, already strained due to economic crisis and political instability, is further exacerbated by these conflicts. The people of Lebanon, often caught in the crossfire, deserve our attention and empathy. Behind the headlines, there are real stories. Families displaced, children living in fear, and communities torn apart. It's crucial to recognize that regardless of political affiliations, the human cost of this conflict is devastating. As we discuss these issues, let's remember the individuals affected and amplify their voices. What do they want? What do they hope for? Their narratives are essential in fostering a more nuanced understanding of the situation. So, what can be done? While the challenges are immense, there are pathways towards peace. Dialogue is key. Engaging in conversations that prioritize mutual understanding and respect can pave the way for reconciliation. Grassroots movements advocating for peace and coexistence have emerged, showing that many people yearn for a brighter future free from violence. As global citizens, we must hold our leaders accountable and demand a focus on diplomacy and humanitarian aid. Supporting organizations that promote peace-building efforts can make a tangible difference in the lives of those affected by the conflict. The crisis between Lebanon and Israel is not just a geopolitical issue, it's a human one. By engaging with the topic thoughtfully and compassionately, we can contribute to a larger narrative that prioritizes understanding over division. Let's come together to foster conversations that encourage peace and empathy. If you found this discussion insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on global issues. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the situation? How can we contribute to a more peaceful future? Until next time, stay informed and engaged. Thank you.